Hello. Okay, so in today's video, I will be talking about how to actually get started on your book. So first of all, you want to tap into the energy of how you want your readers to feel. So you want to think in terms of what your unique energetic blueprint is. I'm a typical fire client, meaning that my gift to the world is to inspire and motivate. So just have a knack for inspiring and motivating my readers. So I want to think in terms of the books that really resonated with you and think in terms of what energy they naturally emulate. So for you could be like there's different energetic blueprints. So it's not about in terms of like trying to mimic someone else's energy because we naturally have different energies at play. So for example, a few of my mentors, uh, she has a really soothing kind of energy. Whereas one of my other mentors, she's kind of like she oozes kindness and love, and this is what her unique energetic blueprint is. So you don't want to reinvent the wheel because you want to tap into who you are, like who you are, what your soul essence, the soul DNA and blueprint is. So if you naturally have a knack for motivating and inspiring people, then this is what you want to come across in your books. So as I said, this is not about reinventing the wheel. This is about who you are on a soul deep, soul cellular level. So you want to create and tap into the energy of how you want your readers to feel. So kind of coming from a place of already being there, like how you want your readers to feel once they read your book. So for me personally, as I said, I have the gift of inspiring and motivating people because I'm a natural, typical fire client. I'm an Aries, even though like I'm 83% introverted. The rest is like 17% extroverted, fun-loving uh, Aries. So that's exactly what comes across in my books because kind of like my personality, my energy just oozes out of my books, and that's exactly what you want to happen. Because when you get to work with them one to one, then you want your personality to ooze out of the pages of your book. Because the last thing you want is for a reader to read your book and mimic you kind of like almost lovey-dovey. And then once they meet you in person, there's a mismatch because I try to mimic someone else's energy. You are not who you are. So you want to make sure that when you write your book, that this is who you are. So this is not about pretending to be someone you're not. If you're naturally kind of like more reserved or kind of like no toned down or uh, you're this is not an exercise about trying pretending to be someone else. This is about who you are, and your soul clients will love you for this. They will love you for it. So come from a place if you're naturally kind of have kind of soothing energy, then this is the energy you want to come across in your book. So that's the whole purpose of tapping into your unique energetic blueprint to write your book. And there's the practical side of things. So what I do first thing when I wake up in the morning, I listen to a guided meditation. At times, I just do a simple breathing exercise, so just taking deep breaths in and out for however long I feel the need to, could be for as little as 2 minutes. And then what you want to do is you want to move stack and stagnant energy. So it could be jumping up and down for 2 minutes. Or what I do is I exercise the 15-minute full body Pilates exercise. It's good for my thumb. And then what it helps move stack and stagnant energy. And then once you've exercised, the next step, what you want to do next is to journal. So then you set a timer for 5 to 20 minutes, you sit down and journal. So it's basically just a stream of consciousness. It doesn't have to be anything structured, anything specific. You just kind of write down whatever thoughts come to you without editing, censoring yourself. And you do it for 5 to 20 minutes. And then the next step is to the next natural step is to move into writing. So this is when you pre-write, and I want you to do it the old-fashioned way using pen and paper. Because what happens when we type it up on a laptop, it engages our logical mind. And this is the last thing you want to do when you're writing a book. Because when you're writing a soul-aligned book, you want to engage the creative part of your brain, and that's the part you engage when you write using pen and paper. Because when you use pen and paper, it engages your heart, engages your heart chakra rather than the logical mind. As unless again I'm working on a workbook textbook, you don't want to engage the logical mind because you want your books to be transformational on a deep cellular level. And you can only do this through pen and paper. I know it's a pain in the ass having to write it down like the good old-fashioned way, but that's actually what helps engage the creative part of your brain and connects to your heart. So that's exactly what you want to do. So you want to set a timer and just free write, kind of almost like mimics the stream of consciousness, because you don't want to self-edit. At this stage, you don't want to censor yourself. You just want to free write whatever comes on paper, and you can organize it later. So that's what's it's really going to help you. And so I want you to set a timer for 20 minutes. Limit all distractions. Turn off your mobile, turn off notifications on your laptop. Turn everything off and just grab a piece of pen and paper or a journal and just sit down and write 20 words. Yes, 20 words, 20. So because what happens, like that's basically the power of mini commitments. When you sit down and write 20 words, and remember we have 20 minutes to write 20 words. That's the power of mini commitment. What happens that it bypasses your ego. And what actually happens when you sit down and write 20 words, you don't write only 20 words, you write a lot more. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole mindset trick, to bypass your ego and then use these 20 minutes in the most productive, soul-aligned way. And what I teach my one-to-one coaching clients is to have a goal of writing 100 words a day, 7 days a week. So like Monday till Sunday. And then what happens, that when you do it daily, consistently, for a prolonged period of time, what will happen is that your spiritual team will start giving you the lines for your book. And then you'll be waking up with the lines for your book. It's that powerful. I actually shared this strategy with one of my one-to-one coaching clients, and she has only been doing it for 2 days. And now she said that she wakes up with the lines for her book, which is great. So I want you to stop telling yourself that you have a writer's block, because a writer's block is a human construct. It's a man-made concept. It does not exist because intuition is such a badass. It works for us 24/7, meaning that we can tap into it at will and on demand. So intuition and inspiration are not something outside. They're something within, meaning we can tap into them at will. So remember that, and like, because whenever you tell yourself that you're creatively constipated, like the words are just not flowing, you feel like yeah, you experience it, writer's block, just remind yourself that they can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, because it does not actually exist. Because intuition, it's not that the intuition stopped broadcasting, it's that we stopped listening. And when you have a consistent daily writing routine, what actually happens is that you engage the universe's magic, and you can tap into intuition on demand and at will. And that's exactly what we want when we are about to write a soul-aligned best-selling book. So stop telling yourself you have a writer's block, because writer's block does not exist. And just tap into your intuition, tap into the energy, tap into the essence you want to create before you sit down and write. So just explore and experiment. Just write when you're at your most creative. For me, it's late mornings, because I'm not an early bird. I just like taking my time. When I wake up, I just wake up when I open my eyes. So I have my morning coffee, I exercise, and I follow my unique daily sacred writing routine before I actually sit down and write. And then what happens that your books are so deeply transformational on a deep cellular level, then actually one of the first readers who read my book, Leap Afraid, How to Turn a Devastating Series of Events into the Best Thing That Ever Happened to You. Within a week of reading my book, she made 14,000 euro. And it's a true story. So that's what happens when you engage intuition and use the creative, the divine feminine to write your books. And obviously, writing books involves marrying powerful strategies with intuition, but that's a topic for another video. So if my message resonated with you and you are ready to get your soul aligned book written and published in the next 90 days, I haven't opened up spots in my one-to-one coaching package. So you get to work with me in a really deep dive, high level way. And you can start 2020 on the right foot by getting your book published in early 2020. So I'll be putting a link down below so you can book a free 20-minute get your book done in 90 days assessment call. So get a chance to become a best-selling author in early 2020. So don't delay further and book a call with me.